Finding our first job in design engineering could be nerve-wracking experience for many. Many engineers find themselves confused and sometimes even misguided. That's why in this video I'm going to share with you step-by-step process on how you could search your first job more effectively. My name is Kevin Kutto and I'm going to share my 17 plus years of experience into recruitment in design field in this video. Watch this video till end, subscribe and hit like. It will help me to reach out to more design engineers in need, and also share your experiences as well in the comment box. That will also help many others who are searching for their jobs. So without any further delay, let's begin. Our first step in getting first design job is to discover your passion. If you are working in your area of passion, you'll be excited to grow, you'll be excited to achieve success, you'll be excited to deliver challenging projects, or otherwise every day will be sad day to go to work. Innovation and mentoring are my passion, and that's why I choose to work in this profession. I can work 15 plus hours and still don't get tired because I love what I do. So identifying and choosing profession which is your area of passion is really critical in growth. Ask this question to yourself: what is in demand in the market, which you love to do most, and where you can spend your entire day year by year and still you will not get bored? That answer will lead you to your area of passion. Second very important step is unleashing your strengths, and that's where you can use SWOT analysis, which is nothing but strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threat analysis. Every individual has their strengths and weaknesses, no matter how talented they are. Our strengths should help us to perform better in our job, whereas our weaknesses will stop us or create hindrances in our performances. So we need to analyze our strengths and weaknesses around our area of passion and explore opportunities where we can use our strengths, as well as you have to focus on learning and practicing to minimize your weaknesses. Step number 3 is target top 3 career choices which are complementary to your area of passion and strength, which are likely as per market demand as well. It will provide you more options rather than focusing only on few options and getting frustrated if you're not getting through. These 3 career areas should be connected with each other. That means transition from one area to other area should be easy. For example, mechanical design, CAD engineering as well as development engineer, these are 3 connected areas. You can shift easily from one area to other area. Whereas marketing or sales, they are totally different areas than design engineering. So you have to make your choices very wisely. It should facilitate you from transferring from one place to another place easily, and that experience should be also relevant in what you are going to plan in future. Step number 4 is to collect at least 15 job descriptions from job portals for your dream job. Think about like 1 to 6 years experience, think in long term, and compile all these job descriptions together. That will help you to understand the roles and responsibilities in design. Now I have already collected all these job responsibilities together. I have written a blog on this. I have provided a link of that blog into comment section, so you can just read that blog and learn all the responsibilities of design engineers, simulation engineers as well as CAD engineers. Fifth step is map skills which will help you to deliver these job responsibilities. So to deliver every job responsibility, you need to have certain skills. For example, if job responsibility demands you to create engineering drawings, you need to have good knowledge of CAD standards like ASME, ISO or DIN. Similarly, you need to have good knowledge of CAD software because you have to deliver that into CAD software. You need to have very good knowledge of GD&T because you have to provide GD&T on your drawing. And these skills will help you to perform that job responsibility well. So you need to map what are these skills which are required to do job responsibilities. If you are confused, you can watch my video on this topic. I have created a video on top 10 skills for mechanical design engineers. Link is again attached into comment box as well as end of this video. Step number 6 is very important, because you can map everything, you can find out those skills, but finally you need to have those skills, right? And you need to have that knowledge. So learning those top skills is a priority. You have to make your own plan and strategy. You cannot learn everything in one go, so you have to prioritize them, you have to plan to learn them. You can use mentors, you can read the books, you can attend the courses, you can watch the YouTube channels, and by making the strategy you have to learn these skills and make sure that you are confident to answer the questions if they are asked in interviews. Also, you gain the confidence to apply these skills in actual projects. Once you have these skills, building resume is very important step. Build resume highlighting skills and responsibilities necessary to do a job as per job description. Do not use common resume for all your job applications. You have to tailor it out. You have to make customized resumes for every application as per the job description. Cover letters are also very important, where you highlight your critical skills and why you are interested into that particular company. I have created again a video on this topic. What are the top 5 resume mistakes you should avoid? You can watch that video and enhance your knowledge on this topic. 8th step is, where should I search job? Because every job portal is a different job portal. Their strategy will be different. The strategy which you are going to use on LinkedIn is totally different than the strategy which you should use on job portals like Naukri.com or Monster.com. I have created a video on this topic again, so where I have explained in detail how to search job on LinkedIn, as well as I have given references to the job portals like Naukri.com. You can watch that video. Link is provided into the comment box and also at the end of this video. 9th step is preparation for the job interview. Many engineers don't prepare well for the job interview. They get the opportunities but they fail because they don't prepare well. Preparing for the interview is again a systematic process. It's not a random process. You cannot just prepare randomly for any interview. So how to prepare for an interview? Again, I have created a video. Okay, you can watch that video in details. I have provided the link into the comment box as well. Step number 10 is patience and consistency. Now, getting first job needs patience and consistency in trying. Sometimes what we do is, when we watch these kind of videos, we get excited, apply for 2-3 places, and once we don't get response, our energy goes down. That doesn't work. You have to be consistent. You have to, every day you have to wake up, you have to do your job. You have to send resumes, you have to contact people. You have to keep on doing job whether you get success or not. You have to keep on learning every day. That is your job, and it has to be consistently done until you get job. Every person who is successful today had to go through these struggles. You are not any different. You will learn a lot out of these struggles, and these struggles will strengthen you in the future, provided you don't give up and every day you try your best. Step number 11 is analyzing your interviews. Sometimes we linger too much in the interview process. Once we fail into the interview, we sit there sad, discouraged. It's okay to be getting sad and discouraged, but do not sit there for long. You have to learn from those mistakes. You write down what went right, what went wrong, correct those mistakes, and focus more on next opportunities. And step number 12 is, do not give up on your first option. Even though sometimes you have to choose second or third option, that is perfectly alright to start with. But do not give up on your first choice. That is very important. You have to keep on trying. You have to keep on learning the skills and knowledge areas related to your first choice, and make sure that you get there, because first choice is a first choice. Second and third choice are second and third choice. You cannot compare them directly, right? So it's very important that you work and spend your entire life in doing something related to your first choice, and that will encourage you to do better. Now, if you're searching for the job, I want to wish you best luck. I hope that this video was helpful for you. Do let me know if you like this video. Bye bye and take care.